Hey everyone, this is Carlos and Sandy Lee. Thank you so much for listening. We couldn't do this without the support of Ondium. It's a national, on-demand staffing platform for dental professionals.
You can earn PTO, you can get medical benefits, and you don't have to mess with those crazy 1099s. So check out Ondium in our link below.
Yeah, you can hit the ground running whenever you want.
All right, episode 189, prime, not prime. What do you think?
If I had to guess, I'd say it's prime AF, son. Shut up.
Out.
Really?
9 goes into it 21 times.
You know what?
3 goes into it.
You know, you're starting to rub off on me
times.
in a weird way, and
Are you tired of my?
No, because as soon as you said 189 and I said prime, right? I go 189. I go 63 goes into it 3 times.
It does.
And
yeah, that's amazing.
So
You're like, Forrest Gump. No.
Rayman.
Yes, that guy.
Nowhere near like I'm clouded with a chance of showers, man, because I'm never accurate at all.
Oh gosh.
All right, so this is what 189 you said, right?
It is 189. And let me just say, when I got down here, my podcast studio, air quotes, was jacked up.
What happened?
So apparently the kittens, plural, decided that this was going to be their playground. So this was knocked down. I have a blanket across this part to, keep the sound from bouncing, and it was like dragged on the floor. Cats.
Well, it's like having
I fixed them. Literally. They just got fixed yesterday.
Oh, shoot. Damn.
Carlos.
Remind me to never piss you off, son.
No, Friday. Oh, my gosh. Carlos, I'm
Is that
cracking
the payback?
myself.
Is that how you get down? That's payback?
That's how I get down. You want to mess with me? I will take out your organs.
Snip, son.
Like Mortal Kombat style.
Come here.
Get over here.
It's over now. All right. Well,
yes. Anyway.
They're recovering nicely. Everything's good.
Yeah. They're, golly. I know this is controversial, but they got declawed on the front too. And the reason I did that is because they will be less likely to be thrown outside from destroying our furniture.
Long term, it's for their own.
Right. And I'm sitting here thinking, okay, where they were sitting out in the hot sun, running from predators, trying to catch their own food because they were feral cats. And now they have an air-conditioned house with friends.
And comfortable places to play.
Like, they're absolutely spoiled.
They're way better off.
And all I did was rip their toes off. I mean, would you give your toes in order to be comfortable after they heal?
All of them? Because, you need some
no, I didn't do the back.
Balance. You know what I mean?
Oh.
Are you talking about me personally? I'm not sleeping outside, dude. I don't even want to camp.
So you would give up your I guess the last knuckle of each appendage to have a comfortable life for the rest of your life.
I would do this. I would do the pinky toe and the ring toe, if that makes sense. Right?
You only get thrown out at night then, in that case. No.
And, you just take them, dude. Because, I mean, those stupid nails are hard to trim anyway. And they're not really doing much. You got that first 3, I think you'd be good, bro. You could fit in better shoes better if you didn't have those last 2 toes.
And we're talking surgically removed, not like somebody's there with the, pliers and you're being tortured to slash death. I don't know.
Like the last John Wick movie when they took most of his ring finger.
Yeah.
Dude. Oh, real quick. Did you see the previews for John Wick 4 coming out in March?
Oh, no.
Bruh.
Oh, okay.
Donnie Yen is going to be in there.
Which one's that?
When you see him, you'll recognize him. He's been in every martial arts movie. Honestly, he's like Jackie Chan. He's got to be in at least a couple hundred movies.
Okay, put his picture
did
up.
The IP man, Ip Man, or
that guy,
that
the main guy.
Yes, the IP
I
man.
like that guy.
Oh, that dude is badass, bro.
Okay, cool.
And there's a scene on the preview where him and John Wick are shooting at each other from like 10 feet away, and they're both holding guns and swords. And I'm like, I can't wait to see what happens.
Man.
Oh my god.
And he's a bad guy though?
I don't know if he's a bad guy, but they're going at it. He might be a bad guy, but
maybe they're just training.
Bad dude. I don't know if he's a bad guy, but he's a bad dude. If that makes sense.
He is bad. Anyway.
Right,
so end result of that survey says that you would give up some surgically removed things to stay inside and AC and be spoiled for the rest of your life.
At this point in my life, dude, I've given up on Olympic aspirations. In the running arts, I have my dancing career. I've given that up, and so yeah,
So you're a quitter.
I still, yeah, sort of, pretty much.
Yeah.
I think we.
Now I told you that I had two different martial arts like masters or grandmasters that wanted to take me to the Olympics.
That's pretty badass.
And I was a quitter. And I used to be so good. I need to lose weight and start kicking.
I'm being silly because I've never been in Olympic level caliber of anything except comedy, but anything physical. And if you had half a chance of going,
I know. I was young and dumb, and the thing is though,
it takes you got to be. That's all you do 12 hours a day. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Sorry, I wasn't slapping you. I was slapping the bug.
Trying to shut up. She's waving at the camera. I'm like, she just tell me to be quiet about it.
No, and looking back, like I wasn't in the right frame of mind. Like if I had this mindset, let's pretend I wasn't married. This was before I got married. And to
John,
I had and I had a different mindset. I should have done it, but no regrets. Like I love my life, I'm cool. But like I was fighting like top level martial artists back then in the beginning. So I wasn't good enough, but I was still fighting. Like Casey Marks, if you look her up, she's a bow staff champion, like ultimate champion in martial arts. And, people like that.
You kicked her
but
ass
I fought her
92?
once, and they probably laughed at me because I was just like, I lost quickly.
But here's the thing. It's with that level of exposure, that skill level, it either one, it motivates you, or two, you go, you know what, this ain't for me. I'm not getting my ass kicked again. And then you
I was motivated. Because
that's what I'm saying.
This was way before I was ready. Like people were saying, hey, let's take you to the Olympics. This was way before that. This was like, I went from one style to another, and the other style was very sport-like. And you went for a straight 2 minutes nonstop.
Like a boxing match. You just let them go at it.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right, that makes sense.
Point sparring is bing and stop.
I don't know enough of it. I've seen it. And when they're rewarding points, I'm like, what just happened?
What just happened? Yeah.
Yeah, and maybe I'm not seeing it, or I'm just dumb, but I can't figure out what the scoring system is. You know what I mean? And
So there's certain places where you can score, and some styles, 1 year you can hit the crotch area, and then the next year you can't. So they alternate to accommodate different styles, I guess. So if you're training that full year, you got to make sure you shift into another gear for the next year. It's crazy.
So if your death move, you're like the world's best nut kicker, and then boom, next year that's not allowed.
Yeah, you might as well just stay home.
You might be. They call me the bell ringer, son.
Yeah, but
ding dong, pop pop,
ding dong, mother. Anyway, how did we get on that?
I don't know. Karate, I guess. I don't know.
I don't even know. So I'm gonna switch gears real quick, and I'm gonna preface this by saying, I know that part of this is my fault. Why are you laughing already?
This is a dumb conversation.
No, this is about to get serious.
Okay,
this is about to get serious.
Okay.
Not really, but I know that part of this is my fault, but Eady's ice cream needs to stop with the coupons, with the discounts.
Okay. All right.
And marketing.
I see where you're going with this.
It's ruining my waistline, but not my life because I love ice cream.
Yeah.
But and this could turn into a big conspiracy theory discussion, which we won't go there because it's a conspiracy theory type. Talking about marketing and how they psychologically they mess with you and stuff like that. But if I see it,
they know what they're doing.
They do.
You know what that is, bro. That's kind of like the drug dealer mentality. All right, here's the thing.
Yeah. And this is where I wasn't gonna go with the conversation, but
no, because
go ahead. Yeah.
And again, this is just from watching movies and from growing up in a wild neighborhood. But I've personally never sold or did any kind of drugs. So let's just clear the air. But
let's get that out of the way.
Knowing in being in certain places, you learn certain things along the way, right? So.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't remember who it was. It was a comic a long time ago. It goes, drug dealers don't sell drugs. They offer drugs. Hey, do you want to buy X? Do you want to buy, ABC? And you either say yes or no. And so they're just offering it. No one's forcing you to buy it, right? But in the movies, they go, the first taste is free. And then, boom, now they got you hooked.
Yeah.
Next thing you know, you're selling your alarm clock radio for $2 trying to ride that lightning. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So Eady's, they know what they got. It's a good. Would you say it's good as far as on the scale of ice creams? What would you compare it to? Is it the best ice cream you've ever had?
No.
Okay, so boom, they go. Listen, we can't win on flavor, but we're gonna kill them in quantity. You know what I mean? They start printing out those coupons. You know what I'm saying? Well, here, while we're at it, what's your favorite flavor? Let me guess.
So we've talked about this before.
Cookies and cream.
I do like cookies and cream, but Spumoni, the fake ice cream, you said doesn't exist.
The imaginary ice cream doesn't exist. Only in
Right now, sorry, I have some peanut butter cup fudge, blah blah blah. I had Rocky Road last week, and then I have a Twix. Little one, Eady's, thank you very much for that. And Butterfinger ice cream. I know. Anyway.
Bro, you know what I got a hold of one time? It was in the freezer, right? And I had the late night munchies, bro. All right?
Mm-hmm.
I want to say it was rum raisin.
Yeah, that's a thing.
And I'm like, was it rum raisin or another? It was an old timey flavor, and I'm like, holy shit, this is
Cherry Garcia,
dude.
Just kidding.
Rocky Road's my go-to if I'm gonna go.
Sure.
But that rum raisin, dude, it was a weird funk, but it was good. Like it was a flavor that I never had before.
Mixture.
Like think about this, like watermelon ice cream. What would that taste like? I don't know, but that shit sounds delicious. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. All I can think of is watermelon, like Bubblicious, and that's pretty dang good. You know what I wish they would do with Rocky Road, though?
What's that?
Like, I don't like the individual marshmallows. Like, if they could make a marshmallow cream that, like, is swirled throughout, I would be happier.
Thing. They have, somebody has that. I forget who, but.
Not Eady's.
What's that marshmallow goo that people use to bake with?
Fluff.
Fluff. Is that what it is?
Yeah, it's called marshmallow fluff or something like that.
Yeah. Like you buy it in a jar, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I wish they would put in Rocky Road. Like, I'm not real big on stuff being in it. Like, the Butterfinger is like pureed Butterfinger. Not pureed, but, it's all chopped up. So I don't like big chunks of, like, peanut butter cups. Like, what's it called? Moose tracks.
Okay, so sometimes you feel like a nut and sometimes you don't. See, I'm just the opposite. I like chocolate-covered peanuts and stuff.
I could do nuts. Like, I'm okay with that, but it's just like the big not big, but peanut butter cups with, I don't know.
Sometimes they put
I'm
too
just
much
picky.
crap in it, though. It's like concrete. What is this? Who can eat this?
Yeah, Moose Tracks is not my style.
Okay. All right, so
Famous last
bottom line.
words.
All right,
No.
hold on, we got to refocus real quick. So this is all
Ah.
Eady's ice cream's fault because they
Sort
make
of.
it
Not
super
all. I'm
affordable.
taking some responsibility, but the coupons, they're just all up in your face when you go to.
What is it? Buy one get one.
It was like 2 for $4 or something like that.
You gotta buy it.
Who doesn't have $4 for ice cream?
You gotta buy it, bro.
Ugh.
You know. So.
And they have these like fruit bars that are supposed to be like healthier for you, and I was just like,
Fruit bars. If I want that, I'll just eat a banana peel. Get out of here.
Yeah.
Give me some ice cream. Yeah, man. Everything's tempting, bro. Everything is a temptation. Everything is calling you to try to throw you off your tracks. But I went to the doctor Friday for a follow-up, right?
Okay.
And I didn't get scolded, but he did fill me in on a couple things. He goes, dude, everything looks pretty good. He goes, there's a couple things I want to talk to you about. He goes, your B12 is low. You got to get that up, right?
You got to eat meat for that.
B12?
Yeah.
Take pills, right? I mean, I don't.
I mean, yeah, you can take vitamins and stuff, but it's animal byproduct. That's where it comes from.
Well, I don't
so
need,
vegetarians, they can't. They need supplements.
I eat a fair amount of meat. I'm not gonna up my meat because he said, hey, listen, cholesterol, son, with your history, we got to get down a little bit more. And I was like, damn, okay.
Okay.
All right. So I started doing chia seeds. Right? You ever drink chia seeds? It's gross.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it doesn't taste like anything.
I mix it in with stuff because otherwise it's like slurping down a
I got you.
Slime blob snail.
Like a snail trail. You know what I mean?
What's a snail without a shell? What is it? A slug. It's like slurping down a slug. No thanks.
Yeah. That's exactly what it tastes like. And so, anyway, I use half a bottle of water, 2 tablespoons of chia seeds, let it sit for a few minutes, chug it down and keep it. Ugh. But it's a half a bottle of water, so it's a lot of that slime.
Okay.
But that slime it's not slime, it's soluble fiber is what that is.
Yeah.
So it's going to help, get the cholesterol and the shit out of your blood. So
yeah, fiber's good for you.
That's why I'm doing it. So anyway. So he told me to get that, and he goes, your vitamin D is super low. He goes, you got to get more D in your life. I need you to take D in the morning. But so he goes, you're so low. He goes, we're going to give you a mega dose. I didn't even know you could do this.
Mega dose.
He goes, it's like 50,000 units or whatever it is, right? He goes, the normal stuff you buy is 1,000. This is 50,000, and I'm like. He goes, you take it once a week. I said, damn. I didn't know they...
Did he tell you to get outside more?
Yeah, he goes, you can get outside. But, I mowed the lawn yesterday, but I'm not going outside. I'm bald, and I'm not going to get skin cancer on top of my head, The point is, I'm a little deficient on some vitamins, but overall, he was like, dude, you're healthy.
You're doing good?
But then he goes, but you can lose some weight. And I was like, fuck, I knew that was coming.
Yeah. Well, it's just like that doctor. Oh, you got 3 months. And I'm sitting here going, oh, shoot. Countdown's on, and all I've been doing is I've been gaining.
That's what he told me. 3 months, you got to come back and get your blood work done again. So just for my health, I got to get that down, man. I got to get that right. So, I guess and he ordered me a bunch of supplements, dude, and they're coming. So I think that $50,000 unit hitter, vitamin D hitter, is prescription strength.
I mean, I guess.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
But that's
I take vitamins.
Milk? He goes, you drink milk? I was like, I eat ice cream once in a while, but I don't drink milk. When I'm like 6, you know what I mean? When's the last time you drank a glass of milk? I can't even remember, dude. It's got to be 30 years, 35 years maybe.
Actual, like, cup of milk? Not, like, in a recipe or in my coffee. I don't even remember. It's been so long. Because, and here's the thing, like, when I was younger, I drank milk all the time. But your body, adults don't need milk. Mm-mm. It's just a fact of life. Like, milk is for babies.
Yeah. And it's cow's milk. No one drinks, like, dog's milk. You think that's for baby cows.
Right. Yeah. 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 It's like, and ultimately, when I was doing this dairy free, blah, 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 how could I feel my best ever without these things that people say you need? How did that happen? Because it's not true. Just like Eady's telling me I need ice cream. It ain't true. Mm-hmm. Yeah. There's lots of documentaries out there, and they talk about, I mean, food is the way you get healthy. You know, food is the way you heal yourself, and food is the way you get healthy and stuff like that. And do you know why? Here, this is like ranting, but do you know why people get cancer?
Why?
Well, I'm gonna break it down
else?
like real simple. It's the amount of crap that we're putting in our bodies. Our bodies weren't built like this. They weren't built to run off of ice cream and coffee and like gluten and all this other crap. Like, it was built to work off of, you know, stuff that came out of the ground and stuff that grazed the grass and, you know, stuff like that. And here we are, just, you know, sorbitoling it up and glutenizing it up.
Bags. Yeah. Louis C.K. had a joke about
yeah.
God was like, what are you eating? Why are you putting all this stuff in your mouth? He's like, well, it didn't have bacon. He's like, well, I there's stuff on the ground. Just pick the food out of the ground and just eat it. He's like, I know, but it doesn't have bacon on it. He's like, what's bacon? It's just...
Yeah.
You know, what are you going to do, man? All right, here, I got a question for you, all right?
Sure.
All right. If you had to be a different person, right? Or go to a different time due to your music preferences, who and when would that be?
Oh, I mean, the 90s. And I'd probably just, I don't know if I'd be myself because, man, if you saw pictures of me when, I was a mess. Like, I didn't have confidence. I didn't have, I don't know. I was really shy and stuff. I mean, that's hard to believe. But, so if I had to be me, or if I had to choose, I would definitely do the 90s because that music, I mean, I just can't. It's awesome.
You like it?
Yes, absolutely. Right. And, let me think. I don't know who I would be. I would maybe me now. If you could transport me and put me back then, man, I would be rocking out. Like, I would be so popular because I just don't give a crap. You know, like, those are the people that other people look to, that they want to idolize or whatever. Like, the people that don't give a crap, or they are themselves no matter what. They're genuine.
Just fearlessly doing your own thing.
Yeah, like, I just don't give a crap what anybody thinks. I wish I was confident enough back then.
I got you.
If that makes sense. What about you? Like,
I was you know, I don't know if you know, but I have a fairly new vehicle, and it came with XM Sirius for like 3 months, and I renewed it last year, and July was the anniversary where they were gonna renew it, right? So she's talking about $20 a month. I said, listen, I'll cancel it. Just she's like,
you can get that down to $5 a month.
I don't want to argue with you. Just cancel it. She's like, what if we get it to $60 for the year or something like that? I'm like, well, you could have just started there. You know what I mean? You trying to hit me for $250 a year? What are you, high, lady?
They're negotiating. I do it every time my contract's up with Sirius. I call them and I say I want to cancel, then they transfer me, and then I'm like, yeah. And they go, well, what about $25 for 6 months? And I'm like, now you're talking.
There we go. Yeah, so I enjoy it, right? Mm-hmm. And, you know, when you drive, it's nice to be able to just tune into different genres. And if you're on a 8-hour drive, you can listen to the same station. You might hear the same songs, right?
Yeah.
So I found one station. It's called The Groove, right?
Yeah.
Channel 50. And it is R&B hits from like the 70s, 80s, right?
Okay.
And I was just like, dude, the music back then was just so cool. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. It's got a little flavor to it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I also like classic rock.
Yeah.
But I think this stuff makes you kind of want to. That stuff is good to jam out to or work out to, or if you're gonna go on a run or something like that. But this shit right here, the stuff on the groove will make you want to dance. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And I was mowing the lawn yesterday, and I was just like, man, not every song I knew, not every song I really dug, but the ones that triggered memories from the late 70s and the early 80s, I was just like, man, this is a sweet jam, you know?
Yes.
And I can't recall, there were a couple Michael Jackson songs, like off his first album, Off the Wall, when he was still black back then. That was my first album when I was a kid. My dad, I remember, I told you, right? My dad was like, Michael Jackson, is that what you want? I was like, yeah, and and I was like, I thought Michael Jackson was the coolest shit, but he was super cool, and he
he could
despite all the allegations and everything, all the weird stuff, you can't
cut that part out and then just give me the music.
You know what I'm saying? And Prince, and I remember I was in high school. I was in high school when Thriller and 1999 from Prince were playing on the radio.
Yes.
That was an awesome, and then Bon Jovi was out. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was just an awesome time period where music was just amazing. And then I would listen to some of the older stuff, and in my mind, I told my wife, I was like, dude, I could be like a 35-year-old cool black dude, you know what I'm saying? In the clubs, like in 1979, with some bell bottoms and stuff. And because I think that, like, the whole end of disco kind of era would have been like my shit. You know what I'm saying? Would have been.
Yeah.
And I would have peaked then, and I'd probably be dead by now. But that's where I think, in my mind, that's where, if I had to just time travel, that's where. Remember that movie, that TV show with Scott Bakula? He would time travel. What was that?
Quantum Leap.
Yes.
Yes.
And he would be
it's
different
still
people
on
at
like
different times.
Regular TV. Yeah.
Like that. If you could just be somebody else and experience life through their eyes, how awesome, how much better would the world be if you can go back and be someone else? Let's say you hated this particular group, and then boom, you're right in the middle of it when they were, when they're being slaughtered or whatever, and be able to feel whatever fear they were. You know what I'm saying? What do you think? I don't know. This just turned into a social experiment.
I think it would be very intense. If people had that ability, because what's that?
I'd love to go back in time and visit my grandparents before they.
Oh yeah. I feel like if people had the ability to do that, there would be a lot more peace in the world. Like, talking seriously though, like if you could go back and feel what people were feeling, or fear what people were fearing, or celebrating the things that they were celebrating, the empathy that you would feel would be astronomical. And that's part of the human experiment in general, is being a better version of yourself based off of, your experiences, things that you learn along the way. If you had the actual ability to be someone else, that takes a lot of the, you have to do this yourself. You have to make yourself a little more compassionate, a little more empathetic. But if you were actually that other person for a day, it takes the, you wouldn't have to force yourself. You would just be there and do it.
You would humanize everyone to the same level. You know what I'm saying? And
Right. And then you would see that Kim Kardashian has her own issues, her own insecurities and things like that, just like anybody else.
Like, I can understand maybe sometimes, one of the 12 cleaning people doesn't come by and pick up her socks fast enough, and she's like, listen, I don't want any of my clothes on the ground more than 30 seconds. Everyone's fired.
Right. And then she has to be that cleaning lady for a day.
I don't think she's ever scrubbed a dish in her life,
Oh. Maybe pre-OJ. If OJ had never been in that trial, the Kardashians would not be a thing. Because that's where they got famous.
The dad, right?
Yep. He was the lawyer for OJ. Before that, he was just a lawyer, just like any other lawyer.
He was probably like a celebrity lawyer, though. I don't think he was a regular dude.
Yeah, but have you heard of any other cases he's done since? I mean, he's passed away since then,
yeah,
but
no, or before.
prior
No,
to that, before that, after that, no.
I wasn't in a position to need a high-powered defense attorney. That's
right.
That's where I'm gonna go.
Speaking of OJ, real quick, we went to Lowe's yesterday. We were driving our Bronco Sport, and we passed by. It was a big Bronco, white, 2-door Bronco, and John goes, "Oh, look, it's OJ." And at first, I was like, "What? Orange juice? What are you talking about?" And then I was like, "Oh, dude, yeah. Oh my gosh, I cannot wait to have. I want a 2-door big Bronco so bad."
The old school ones?
No, it was the newer one.
Okay. We saw it's funny you mentioned that, and I'm not making this up at all. We didn't talk about this at all. That's why I was confused where you were going with this.
Yeah.
My son and I, we went to, where were we? I think we went to the shooting range yesterday, right? I don't think we went to the shooting range yesterday, and I don't know if we saw the Bronco there or at the gas station afterwards. But he was like, "Man, that's a Bronco," because it was jacked up. And
was it one of the newer ones or no?
No, this is one of the older ones.
Okay, gotcha.
So some young guy had it, and he probably had a monster engine in it, and this thing, you know, the big, you know how young guys are, right? And I'm like, that looks like way too much trouble get in and out of, man. But if you got nice knees, bro, and you weigh 176 pounds, you can zippity doo dah, happy ass in and out of that thing. But it looked cool, and I'm like, and we went down that road because it was white, and we were like, oh, OJ, da da da, you know what I mean? So it's weird that you brought that up. It's weird. Really weird that you brought that up, but it's all good. I don't know if I told you, Snickers is allergic to grass, which is stupid for a dog, you know?
You might as well just let her go. I mean,
you know, and I'm like,
well, I guess you could get like AstroTurf.
She got little, like, I don't want to say blisters or something, you know, but like little bald patches around on her feet. You know what I mean? Yeah. We don't put chemicals on the backyard. On the front yard, we have a guy come out and they spray whatever that is, just to keep the HOA off my ass, right?
It's green spray paint.
It could be, because that's what the guy next door had. He had a couple patches of, but I think it was extra stuff that they put on the crabgrass in his yard.
Yeah.
Excuse me. But Snickers, I call it Pickles, had like these little thing, and she could have gotten into an ant pile. I don't know what she got a hold of, right? So, you know, we got to rinse her feet off, and it's a problem. Luckily, she's only 12 pounds. You can pick her up in one arm and just, you know. And so last time I cut the grass, it was a little bit too thick, and it was bogging down, so I kind of like left like a trail of grass out there. I was like, this is driving me crazy. And now it started to dry, and it was hot yesterday. So I went out there with the bag, and I must have bagged up. Dude, it looked like, let me see if I can describe it. It looked like take a one of those giant yoga balls, right? Yeah. And just throw a blanket over it, right? Okay. And let that lay, and it was about a pile like that of just grass clippings. I have them all on this tarp, and I'm gonna just drag the tarp into the woods. But I was just beat. I was just hot, and I had to put tools up and that stuff. And here's the thing: I complain about it, but I enjoy the exercise, if that makes sense. You know? Yeah. Yeah. I bitch about it the whole time, and then I'm like, hey, can somebody just please look at the yard and tell me how good it looks? You know what I mean? Yes. I got this you stupid need some guy thing.
Affirmation.
Yeah. That's all I'm saying. And I think that's most guys. You know what I mean?
Yeah. John, I should compliment him more, but he does a really good job keeping up with everything. So, but our lawn, we put down grass seed, but basically it's just crabgrass, like the whole lawn. I don't even care. Like, it's just not mud.
Oh, yeah, you don't have to care.
So, but it looks really good after he mows it, and
what I have like some bald patches, and I can't figure out. They're like dips, and I'm like, is it roots? Is it tree roots? What is it? What's going on? You know what I mean? So
moles, I'm gonna, maybe I don't know.
I'm gonna buy a giant pile of topsoil or potting mix or whatever, and fill in those spots. And when the weather cools off, they say to overseed in the fall. Yeah. Oh, it's going down. You have no idea. I'm gonna overseed.
Like, everybody gets seeds.
You want seed? I might dethatch. You know what that is?
Isn't it like where you pull stuff up or something?
You know, like if you look at the grass, you'll have the grass that's upright, and then like the old grass and clippings, and it creates like a mat of stuff on the bottom. So this thing has little tines, like little teeth, and you go through and it scrapes it, like it scratches it,
yeah,
it fluffs it up. Then you got to rake all that stuff up. Then you level it off, and then you overseed, and then now it gets down into the nitty gritty. I'm gonna go all the way. I'm aerating. I'm going all out.
I hope you're taking pictures of the process,
because it's a major. And at this point, it's just it's a. And I hate to sound like a yard guy, but I'm tired. I wish it would just do the shit by itself. You know what I mean? And just the guy coming out to put the chemicals. It looks green, but it's thin. It's like here. You know what it looks like? It looks like that dude who's maybe late 40s, you know what I'm saying? That's going bald. I see it, you see it, but he still uses gel and stuff, and all you see is scalp and like 10 little clumps of hair. You're like, bro, it's too late. Let it go.
Like you might as well just shave it down.
Just shave it off, bro. Yeah. And that's what my yard looks like near the house. Down by the curb, it looks nice, but up by the house, it's thinning out, and you're like, dude, it's time to let it go. You pass your prime, Playboy. You know what I mean?
Yes.
But I gotta get it. But unlike hair, I'm gonna get this back. You know what I mean? And my waistline.
You're going to the hair club or grass club for men or something.
Man, stupid problem.
We're gonna reseed also in the fall. That's what we're waiting for. Just the season to.
It's just too hot.
Change.
What is the weather? Is it still like screaming hot out there?
Yeah, it's like 90s, mid 90s this week. Oof. But we got in the pool last night. It was so refreshing.
I bet.
And
sounds good.
One morning it was in the 70s, which is, that's a little too cold to get in the pool sometimes, But I was having a hot flash. I was sweating because I was like doing, cleaning house and stuff. And I just said, screw it, I'm jumping in. And it was so like nice.
Let me ask you this. And I know you haven't had it this long. What are you gonna do in the wintertime? Do you drain it below a certain level? Do you drain it all the way? How does that work?
It's funny you say that because we were just talking about.
Excuse me.
I was like, we're getting to, a couple months from now, we're gonna have to shut her down, and we need to do some. They said that they can winterize them, so we need to do a little research and figure it out. But I saw some pink stuff in a big gallon jug thing at the Menards here, hardware.
Is that antifreeze for pools?
That's what I'm guessing. Yeah, but I'm like, well, what do you do when you open it back up? I'm gonna swim in antifreeze, so I don't know. We'll have to research it. But if we can winterize it and it's still good for next year, we're gonna get our use out of it, and then I think we're gonna go ahead and do an above ground, like straight up. I know I've said that before. Build a deck and all that. Yeah, put a deck around it and all that. Yeah. Have our own little sanctuary. He
goes, there's no party like an above ground pool party, son. He goes, He goes, you ever get like all your friends to go walk around real fast in a circle and create that little whirlpool?
John and I did that the other day. It's been a while, but we did it for exercise, And I was like, and then you turn around, you try to go the other way, so I'm swimming, but I'm not getting anywhere.
Yeah, it's just kicking you in the chest.
Yeah, me and my friend Danae, when we were growing up, she passed away last year, which is crazy because, she's my age, but she had diabetes, and she did not take care of herself the way she should have, but...
That's young, dude.
Yeah. It's still a shocker, but she used to have one of those metal stock pools, Not really a pool, but... I don't know, the cattle tank or whatever, the circle one. And we would swim, and it would be going good, back when we were, early teens and stuff. But
I've seen those tanks or whatever that water thing
stock
is.
Tank, yeah.
On sale, and they're not cheap.
Yeah, this was, oh my gosh, years and years and years ago. They were probably like 50 cents back then or something.
It's crazy.
Nothing's cheap anymore. John and I just went to the grocery store at Aldi. So
I don't even want to talk about it, man.
Well, I'll talk about it then.
No, I'm saying the grocery prices.
I know,
agree with you. It just pisses me off every time I think about it.
We went to Aldi, and normally 2 adults, I budget, like $250 a month for groceries.
That's not bad.
What?
That's not bad.
No, that's it. And then we go out to eat like 4 million times. Or I do. I don't know. Anyway, don't tell John. We would spend $65, $70. Like if we had a list and we followed the list, $65, $70 and we're out of there. Well, yesterday we got pretty much everything that was on our list. It was freaking $100. And like things that were, $1.50 one week are now like $3. Yeah, it's crazy. Something's got to give. This is the worst inflation we've had probably since the beginning of the United States.
40 years.
Okay, I was close.
So you said early 90s as far as music. I'm more of a late 70s, 80s R&B guy.
Yeah.
When all the lyrics were fun and easy to listen to and not full of profanity. They were grown.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But not nasty, if that makes sense.
Yeah. The 90s music, it was hit or miss because some of the songs were, whew, I took the hit that I was given and I jumped again and I jumped again, or bumped again and I bumped again. That's all about drugs. I didn't know that. I was singing all these words and I didn't know what are they talking about? Hey. I don't know. It sounds good. Ugh. I took the hit that I was given and I bumped again and I bumped again. And I'm like, yeah, singing all these songs. And I'm like,
you're doing the bump and dance. I'm like, that's not what they were talking about. I'm talking about drugs.
Yeah. Well, I mean, at least I was in a position where I didn't know what that meant. So.
Oh, wait a minute. I just got a message.
From?
I might be a granddad again soon.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh, okay.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Just racking them up.
I know, right?
Carlos, you're hogging them all. Jeez.
Dude. When
I was going through the IVF stuff and people were just having babies left and right. And I'm like, man, y'all are hogging them all. Like there's some limit.
Yeah. It's a buffet, lady. It's a buffet. Who knows, man? I don't know. The whole world's just crazy. All I know is I got to take a mega dose of vitamin D, which is ridiculous.
Right.
I didn't know that was a thing. I'm like, how low am I? He's like, you're super low. And I'm like, all right. But
vitamin D has something to do with your mood and being happier and stuff.
Don't you need that? He goes, well, you need that to absorb calcium. So calcium does stuff with the nerves.
Right. That's why they put it with milk. Yeah.
So he goes, you got to get it. You got to get balanced. Yeah. So, So that's where I'm at.
Anyway. Yeah. So there's our health PSA for the week. Take your vitamins. Get exercise. Stay away from Eady's.
Yeah.
And
get your cholesterol down. Drinking chia seeds.
Yeah.
All right. Cool. All right, guys. Well,
on that note,
I'm good. On that note, I'm good if you're good. And
I'm good.
All right.
So trip's coming up. I've got at the end of August. I'm going with some coworkers to Gulf Shores just to put our toes in the sand for a couple days, and then we're coming back. September, I'm going to go to Texas. Big Tuna's number 2 birthday.
Nice.
He acts like he's older than that, but the books says or the calendar says he's 2, so or almost 2. But yeah, he got his first haircut, big haircut. Like he had it like thinned out because it was so crazy. And then he got the side and the backs underneath shaved, so he's got like little curls coming out of the top. It's so cute. Anyway. But yeah, so we're gonna get him a tractor, like one of those motorized tractors, and it comes with a remote for the parents. So if he's about to head into a tree, like they can let's turn this way, and it's got a little wagon on the back. And we're getting a blue one because he's been talking about Tonton Jean, which is Uncle John, and his tractor. And I think him having a blue tractor just like Tonton John, I think he'll get a kick out of that.
Oh,
yeah. Me and my other sister are going to go in together and get him that. I think he's going to love it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. He's gonna terrorize the neighborhood with it, you know?
Yeah. They got a big yard.
The backyard. So. The backyard. Terrorize the backyard. Yeah, no, man, it's good. It's fun watching them grow, but it's a little sad too. But
yeah.
But you know, it's good stuff, man.
I mean, at some point, we've been talking, and he's gonna like spend the summer with me.
Sure.
Like straight up, you know.
6 weeks.
I don't know if he would do like a full like 2 months or something, but you know, maybe a few weeks at a time or something like that. Yeah, he'll learn so much from John.
He'll get older, and you know, he'll give them a break, and you know, you guys get to experience them and feed a growing boy. You're like, oh
yeah.
Then your bill's gonna go to $200 a week,
right? All you got is vegetables.
They eat nonstop, these kids, bro.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, he is a foodie, like for sure. He is bloodline to me because he gets hangry and stuff like that.
Really?
Oh yeah. But anyway,
what did I feed Anthony the other day? Oh, we made brisket the other day. He ate some of that. He'll eat anything, dude.
Yeah, Big Tune is like that too.
Yeah, I like that. I don't like picky eaters, you know.
Right? Yeah, just try everything. If you don't like it, that's cool. But you know, you're developing a good palate as you grow.
Actually, we got him like some fried shrimp one time.
Yeah.
At a restaurant, and he didn't like it. Huh. He's like,
no, I was not my thing.
Wow. Yeah, he didn't eat it. So I'm like, good. You don't need to eat that shit anyway. You know what I mean? You know, let's get some grilled chicken nuggets for you. You know, some grilled chicken strips for you. Anyway, so kids, what are you gonna do? Have a great week coming up, guys. Thank you so much for listening, and please,
and go
follow, share, subscribe, tell your friends.
Yes,
tell your moms.
TikTok is hot. Go check us out there. I try to keep it entertaining. Y'all go floss yourselves.
Yes, please go floss yourselves. Off your flosser. Out.